Mike with Trike with Mike, Texas. Alright, so yesterday I did a bunch of trike reviews. I rode the Azub TiFly X with the Bosch system. I rode a TerraTrike Rambler with the Bosch system. Catrike 559. An ice sprint with a Bafang system, and a Villager with the Bosch, and then the 559 had nothing, no e-assist, and then finally I rode a Delta Trike, a Haas Kettwiesel. First time I've ever ridden one. It's quite different, and so I'm doing all these videos here together. I've done them already separately. If you want to watch them all together, that's where this is. If you've seen them before, then you can just skip through to the parts you haven't seen. Some things I'll tell you about these trikes. Azub and Catrike appear to be the same Bosch system overall, the smart system. But Catrike gives you a 400 milliamp hour battery, and Azub gives you an 800 milliamp hour battery, so double the battery. On Catrike's website, it says 62 mile range, max range, so that'd be on Eco, which is about right. My 640, I got 640 milliamp hour on my trike, and I can get max of 100 miles on that. So, but it's not an actual 100 miles. It's theoretical. I've never gone that far on any charge, and that's if I use it in the lowest settings. So, and I use a combination between 1 and 2 on mine that goes up to 7. So either way, not apples to apples, but you are getting half the battery with the Catrike systems. Possible you could get a bigger battery from them. I'd get a bigger battery before I go with a 2 battery system. Although there's arguments against that too, but that's how I do it. The one I did not push go on the filming was the ice sprint. Now, I don't know if it's a Sprint X Tour. Normally I stay away from those trikes, but I was wanting to try that new Bafang motor, and I stay away from them because I just don't think I'd like riding them. Newsflash, it was wonderful to ride. This one didn't even have the suspension that ice is good for, but it was more comfortable than I thought. That Bafang model acted more like the Shimano and the Bosch than other Bafang models. And I don't recall the version, but it's, the guy said it's cost just as much as the Bosch and the Shimano. So if that tells you anything, I've ridden the other Bafangs, and they don't behave the same. If it's on, you're going, and when you quit, it doesn't act the same. but it's what you get used to. If you get used to the one, then that's what you're going to like. It won't matter. So anyway, here's that. They're a redo for a reason. Is most of my videos, when I did them with John, I didn't have microphones, and it was very windy, and you can barely hear these things. So it was an update for those, and I added a couple videos. I think there's only one that I did not do, and that was the green speed Magnum that I had done previously. We just didn't get it out. So let's go see how it goes. All right, Trike, Texas. We are here at John's Trikes and Bikes in Lancaster. Checking out Azub Tyfly X. This one's with the new Bosch motor, which is why I'm testing it, because you know I've ridden this trike, one like it, multiple times. I even spent a week with one, and you know, trike wise it hadn't changed, but the motor is now the Bosch motor. I am told it also has Bluetooth, like the Shimano Steps EP801 that was previous. Let's go look at the trike as it sits, though. Again, now this one's set up a little better. It turns a little better than the last one I drove. So that's a good thing. I think it's just a setting and maybe where my seat position is. This one's got ice wrist rests on it. That's John sets them up how he wants people to ride them, test ride them, so they're comfortable, and that's understandable. Here's what I like about this one: trigger shifters. So much better than mine. It's got just the regular, you know, Di2, which is automatic and electronic shifting. I like this because if your battery runs out, you're not stuck. You're not stuck. I mean, that's it. You're stuck in the same gear if your battery goes. And which is the problem with the Di2. But with this one, no problems. I can shift to wherever I want should the battery go out. All right, first thing when I get back, put my phone out back in the car so I don't lose it. I can see it coming out of this pocket here. All right, so the Bosch I don't know what the buttons all do on it yet. Oh, well, this is obviously the power. Holy moly. Okay. I found the power buttons. Other than, riding it for the first time with the Bosch, I think the Bosch is a really nice system. It's comparable to Shimano steps. As far as feel, it feels like it should. It feels like you're pedaling. And the only way you notice that it's really assisting you, if you turn that thing off, and then you notice the difference. Because the Azub is a heavy trike to begin with, let alone without the e-assist. But it's just nice to try out the Bosch for the first time and see how it goes, because it's really what I thought it would be. Easy to pedal, just, it's a perfect match for the Azubs. It really is. You're still getting your workout in, as long as you keep it, one of the lower settings. But it's there if you need it, which is what I get these for. If it's there if I need it, kind of thing. So again, at John's Trikes and Bikes, thanks for watching. All right, this is Mike with Recumbent, Texas. So I'm here at John's Trikes and Bikes in Lancaster, and I've got a TerraTrike Rambler. Let me shift down a little bit here. This one has a Bosch motor and the 24-inch tires. And honestly, I kind of like it. The last time I rode one, I gave it a bad name. I'm sorry, people. The one I was riding, the seat position, and some of you mentioned that, must have been off, because there's multiple seat positions, and I did not know. And being in the farther forward one, it hit me wrong. It hit me in the back of the legs, the back of the thighs. And it just that's really what I went off of. So comfort wise, it's not too bad. Could use a neck rest, but that's no big deal. This one has 24-inch tires all the way around. The Bosch e-assist, which is quality. And I'm kind of changing my tune a little bit. My flag's back there hitting the rack. This one has a rack. Let's see. Wow. Bosch. The Bosch is nice. I mean, very much so. Now, I'll tell you one thing. The steering is stiffer on this trike. You're sitting a little closer to the fulcrum point of the steering than you do on the Azub, and which puts more weight on these front tires, which again accounts for your steering a little bit harsher, or not harsher, just heavier. Now, the handlebars, they're not up like Catrike, like Azub, and the rest, they're out. And that can be adjusted somewhat. This is a direct steering, much like Catrike, not an indirect. So let's see what our turning radius here is. We'll go up here to the middle of the street and see what we get here. I want to drop that down, drop that up. Oh, it's so much, it hits my foot if I turn sharp. In fact, I can't turn it as sharp as it goes because it will hit my foot with these 24s. So that's something to know, so you don't turn it too sharp. And because it does turn so sharp, you gotta be a lot more careful on high speed turns that you don't tip it. Feels real stable though. I don't know. I might have to find out. A buddy of mine's got one of these. I'll have to find out if he's ever tipped his. I do like it. Would it replace? It would not replace my Azub. All day long I would take that. Now, however, price-wise, you would do a lot better with this. If you're not a serious long-term rider, or you don't know that yet, I wouldn't feel bad about picking one of these up. It rides really nice. No suspension, that's evident. You can definitely tell once you've been on suspension trikes, you can easily tell the non-suspension trikes.
Mike, come on in. Let me come out of here.
Well, I'm going to move my stuff and flip it around.
What did you think? Is it still a loser for you?
I wouldn't trade it for an Azub, but I wouldn't hesitate for a second trike.
Yeah.
It rides better than I've remembered. It must be a seat position. The other one must not have been right.
Yeah, let me look.
The one thing bothers me though is when you turn this hits your foot.
I know, it's got heel strike.
Yeah, and that's just the positioning of the wheel.
Hey.
Now I think if you move the seat to the back position, I think it'd be worse. Because then this would come back.
I think it would.
Yeah, but riding wise, it rides nice. The Bosch,
you know why
the Bosch is beautiful.
You know why the people like this is because it's so easy to sit down.
No, it is nice. It is nice in that regard. All right, Truck Mike, Texas. We're at John's Trikes and Bikes in Lancaster. We've got us 559. So 559 has 3 chain rings up front. This one's not e-assist. It's got 10 speeds in the back. And in my opinion, it's my most favorite Catrike at all. I've ranked them before. I've ridden all of them. I spent time on all of them. If I'm getting a Catrike, this is the one. This is what two of the members in the Plano Lowriders ride, Tom and Rich both. And I had a Villager before, and that was a good trike too. But the difference between this and the Villager, this is slightly narrower, not much, is the 26-inch rear wheel in the back. Okay, with that 26-inch wheel, you end up several things happening. One, it puts the little longer wheelbase, so it's not quite as nimble as a Villager. With the 26 also, if you accelerate hard and fast, the Villager will just go zoom real quick, but this one will maintain a higher speed longer. It's just a nicer ride overall for everything. With the this is again direct steering. All Catrikes are direct steering. It does have a little more steering weight. You're again sitting up close to the fulcrum of the wheels, because this one has 20-inch fronts. You can steer it hard and not run into your foot like on the TerraTrike that I just rode. Now we're going to see how it turns around. I mean, really tight. And that's how my Villager was too. Bar end shifters, they're okay. I had them. I never had a problem with them. You don't really know what gear you're in. You know, on the front chainring, and that's it. But the back, you really don't know what gear you're in unless you go all the way to one end and count. But the yeah, here's the deal. It's such a I mean, it's a winner. It really is. Again, no e-assist on this one, which I think with e-assist on this, which is why Tom and why Richard both ride these, it's a winner. It's but there's also no suspension, so you're going to feel it a little more. And not the end of the world. I went long time with no suspension. And if you hadn't had suspension before, you won't know the difference. But, you know, I know what John's saying. This is a very slight hill. Yes, I can make it easier to pedal. But you end up slowing down quite a bit and pooping out a lot faster, which is why I went e-assist on my second trike anyway. But for a trike that I'm thinking about as a second trike, I don't want e-assist for the simple reason it's not going to get ridden enough, and then the batteries batteries on anything need to be used. Otherwise they'll go bad fast. And that's the only thing I'm worried about when it comes to something like the second trike. But it's pretty nice. Thanks for watching. Okay, zoom zoom. The old trusty villager. Mike with Trike with Mike, Texas. All right, so I've got a Catrike villager. I know I've got videos of Catrike villagers because I used to own one for a long time. And the only difference is this one is e-assist. And boy, there's a difference. Okay, so Catrike villager is my second favorite villager, or second favorite Catrike trike. I had one of these for a long time. The steering is heavier than I remembered it. This one does have e-assist, and that's the only reason I'm riding it, because I already know about Catrikes. And but this is the one that was available to ride the e-assist, just to kind of test it out. So the differences between this and the 559 is really that 20-inch wheel in the back. This might be a hair wider, a hair taller. If you look at the statistics on it, the configuration statistics, it will show that. But not enough to make that much of a difference. This is a little easier to get out of than the 559. It does have a easier turn radius. I mean, less than about a half a street. What's a lane? 12 foot? Something like that. Let's see. Oh, somehow Eco, Tour, Sport, and Turbo. Sport, Tour, Eco. I don't notice, well, I guess there is a big jump between Eco and Tour. So I have to thank John's Trikes and Bikes for letting us ride today. Always a good bunch up here, Matt and Jesse. And John, of course. But again, non-suspension, which you feel every bit of it. Also the problem with the 20-inch wheel, in my opinion, and it's just a fact, is your derailleur is very close to the ground in the back. And that's why I was asking him if he had any that had the roll off in the back, to see it. But because that will eliminate that derailleur in the back. Let's see. Yeah, it's a woo. The Bosch is a smooth system. Smooth, smooth, smooth. It's just fun. Thanks for watching. Oh wow, turn.
Yeah.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Mike with Recumbent Trikes is what you just saw is Matt at John's Trikes and Bikes. They're letting me ride this Haas Delta Trike, and Delta because the front wheels a single and then the back are the trike wheels. Fairly comfortable. It if you watched, it takes a lot more of the seating position, and I'll probably split this video up and play that later in the video so we see this part first. But you know, to get to this position we had to adjust the whole frame and the steering and everything else, but it's much easier to get in this trike. If you had any doubts about being able to get on a trike, this thing's pretty easy. I got this in a little bit closer than I should. I should have it out a little more, but for right now it's looking good. I don't know what that does. I don't know how to. Oh, this has got an Ambiolo gearbox, which twists. And with the e-assist, well, you know, and this is full suspension, very comfortable. Very comfortable. You don't even know. I mean, you just glide over some of this stuff. Yeah, I'd have to do this again sometime with the seat to its correct length. For me, it is close, but doesn't change the ride any. Now, I had a hard time finding a spot for my camera. It's not as easy as a regular tadpole trike to find a spot to mount the camera. I could probably come up with something with 3D printing and all myself, but you know, first time seeing it kind of thing. I definitely not as easy, but you know, it's on mounted on the handlebars, and it seems to be doing okay. I know. Now, turning radius, he says it's very tight, and so now mounting mirrors on this too would be somewhat of a challenge. I don't see anybody. Oh my goodness. Oh my half of what a Catrike is. A Catrike's so tight. I thought, look, Catrike turn around about the yellow line there, the center line of the road, and this thing here, it can turn around on itself. I wouldn't suggest that at speed, but my goodness. Oh my goodness. Very, very cool. I like that. But Matt also said Haas right now is not importing any trikes because of the tariffs. I've only seen a few of these being ridden. There are people from John's groups, when we do the group rides, have been riding these. And again, with the suspension, it's very comfortable. If I had the proper leg extension position, it would be even better. The steering is mad tight. I mean, here's a parking spot. Let's pull into a parking spot and then see. I can turn around in a parking spot, people, in a single part. And I didn't even, other than the front tire getting over there, it's basically, you can turn around on itself. This is absolutely crazy. You know, this is crazy. This. That's absolutely nuts. It turned around basically in its own path. So anyway, Mike with Trike and Mike, Texas, at John's Trikes and Bikes. Thanks for watching. I do like it.
Yeah, there's pros and cons.
It's very comfortable. It'll turn around on itself, which is crazy. Let's see.
Yeah. In this case, you get hydraulics on the rear and cable on the front. The hydraulics are linked to one lever on the right.
So this is rear brakes. This is front brakes. This doesn't have this. I don't see this having a problem if you jammed on just the front brake.
No,
Doing
well,
because
it's definitely a rear weight bias.
It's kind of cool. I don't know how. I mean, I was a little short. It needed to be farther forward even still, but other than that, I mean, it's very comfortable. The suspension really helps. Well, if it starts falling, I'll just hold it. I mean, because I can fix anything in editing as far as positioning. But okay, cool. Yeah, I like the get on is a lot easier. Wow, kind of feels weird though. Oh, it's nice. It's
Squishy.
yeah, nice and squishy. All right, so a little short. So what do we? You said you have to get a tool to undo it.
Yep, comes with its own magnet held wrench. So you gotta loosen this guy and this guy.
Not too bad.
And then I'll probably have to hold it out.
Let me sit on it and adjust it. So we're not guessing at it. Is it the same as others? Then this is about perfect. Your sock's loose?
Huh?
Your shock's loose?
I'm just in the damping because I think it's set up for somebody lighter
Oh, okay.
because it's
Well, that's nice. That's nice to have all those settings.
now the hard thing is you got to line this wheel up straight and then line the handlebars straight when you tighten the steering rod. Or
Oh, otherwise you'll be off.
yeah,
Like
try to straighten that wheel up with the boom. And then I got to try to judge are these hitting the same.
wow.
Yeah, I'm a little off.
Now what? Now how easy is this? The seat to come off at all for like transport?
Not easy, no.
No. Wow.
Now it folds. It'll
The seat will fold.
slot flat down to here,
Yeah.
but it doesn't just pop.
Well, that'd be my concern. Be the height, right? Like in a sedan or. I've seen guys with pickups with these before.
Basically it. This, but now if you take these all the way out, you can fold it all the way forward,
Okay.
but it's a little more hassle than just doing that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, for most cars that would work fine. So that's a lot of adjustability in this.
Yeah. And this is the low seat position too. So,
Oh really?
yeah.
It seemed pretty high. That's pretty nice. Wow.
See, that's your high.
Let's
Which
go back.
For me, it would make it a little unstable.
Yeah, go back a little. Yeah. It's already set for the low.
Just depending on where you want it. You gotta make sure these are tight enough though.
Well, yeah. Otherwise, you're laying back and taking a nap while you're riding.
And John, what feels like a lot of force to him sometimes isn't that much. So he'll want these loosened up, and then it's like, I think with anything quick release now, I've noticed that.
Right.
So
Okay. With John.
yeah, like the boom. You know, if you don't have the levers, if you have the quick release levers on the boom, you don't make them tight enough, and you have a motor to twist the boom
Oh, yeah.
on the Azubs.
Yeah.
And their levers are a little bit thin anyway, so
Right.
it's the one thing I think sometimes it's better to just have bolts in there.
It's close enough.
So, you know, the Haas parking brake releases here. And then if you want to set it, you just pull this with the brake lever.
Okay. I like that. Sweet. We'll see how it goes.